We're back. Purr, 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 purr.
Hello.
I am Tabitha Fro.
Yes, Flower in the Fro. And I am Brit Brit. My two little buns. My hair done grew long enough
Love
to
it.
make big ones.
Love it. We have been on a little bit of hiatus. Britt
Yes.
took some time off to do her singing thing. Let's hit you with a little bit of that. So will infinite growing while we're here. The whole world is turning. We should be one, feeling a yearning. You missed a very, very good show. She made some
Yeah.
people cry, y'all. One of them was a daddy, so that can't count.
He did, bless his heart. Love him. Yeah, it
But
was
so much has
awesome.
been happening in the news. Love it.
Glad to be back.
Okay, so we said we was just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna
hmm
talk about some topics today of to judge and not to judge, and also the hottest topic right now is the Diddy situation. Now we're not gonna go all into the Diddy situation, but what we are gonna talk about is guarding your children. Britt, when did folks start letting black folks start letting their children go spend the night with folks? Not much spend the night, turn over guardianship of you at a young age to go and live in another state, halfway across the United States, with a
hmm
man you don't even know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think those are very one-off situations because in our culture, majority of the time, mamas and daddies is looking like who house. I don't care if it's your cousin house. Who gonna be over there? How long you gonna be over there? And you might have about three folks out of your five in your circle that you can go stay at their house. So I think it's very one-off when situations happen in our culture. Just saying, you know including if you think about, the R. Kelly situation and parents allegedly allowing their children to go up on stage or to go in the back with him, whatever. I feel like those are like for real one offs that happen. And it could be more than we know that just is not reported in the news, but it's not a common thing as far as I know in our community. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, is it becoming more common nowadays? Because
hmm
back in the day, you didn't even really want to go and ask your mom and dad, could you go and spend, girl, you could go
Because you
over
knew
the
it was a
whole
no.
list of you met her mama, her daddy, because if it
Her
was a
daddy,
brother or a daddy gonna be in the house, then that was a definite, that was no right off the
that
rip.
was the it.
So daddy
Yeah.
had to be out of town, brother, cousin couldn't be there.
Yeah.
And even with all of that, your mama go in the house, look around, see what's happening, still
Talk to
come
the
back
parents.
out and be
Yeah.
like, mm-mm, that's gonna be a solid no for me.
Right, it was a serious meeting of the minds. Like only certain people, like, my mama wasn't playing that. Like it's just a no, and we
Because
did well.
every, yes, you did okay. You were fine. Like you were
I was
upset back
fine.
then, but you
hmm
realized in the end, now as an adult, that that was all being done for your good. The number one house
Yes,
you could count on you were going over was
hmm
grandmama. That
was
was it.
grandma, maybe
Maybe
auntie.
auntie.
If her
Yes.
and your mama like this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. she could,
But
and you
other
know
than
what?
that, no.
The only way you could go is if mommy had a key to their house too. That's how close they had to be. She could just walk in when she ready.
But real talk, y'all
Girl.
stop. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some, I do understand that there are some ways that we needed to abandon in our
hmm
culture.
hmm
And there are some things that you really still need to hold on to. You need
Yeah.
to hold on to some of these ways because If not, what's going to happen to our children? We're coming to a point where we are having so many damaged children
Hmm.
because nobody wants to be that stern parent. Nobody wants to tighten down on the latches or whatever. But man, you got to have some kind of middle ground. And I say, let's stay with no sleepovers, and
Tea, no sleep.
definitely not guardianship
Yeah.
to a man you don't know.
We just gonna have to have a family sleepover. I'm bringing my husband, my other child. We all gonna be in the same room.
Everybody,
Yes, you just have to have an eye over your children, man. It's
oh, you
so deep
froze
out
up.
here. It's been deep, but oof.
Always on my soapbox about is growing old gracefully. Like my biggest
Mm.
worry right now, you see, I got this jacket on because I'm trying to get the gizzard neck at this old age. Like
Lady, I don't see no gizzard neck. You gonna have a collar pop for
not the
that.
turkey neck,
Bless your heart.
Lord, anything but the turkey neck.
Like, please. Oh Lord, I'll take a hair on the
I never
chin.
thought
I can
about
take
having what? I never thought about having elective surgery so much before I start seeing. Britt, I'd be up in the mirror doing this,
it. Your jaw
trying to.
exercises.
Yes.
And it's so crazy because younger folks be concerned about BBLs and stomachs and booties and things. And as you get older, you like, well, what about that neck though?
What? I had some
Different strokes
hope
for
because my
different levels.
mama almost about to be 80 years old and she still ain't got the gizzard neck yet, the turkey
You
neck.
know it's
So
safe,
I was
girl.
like, okay. So I got to keep some shea butter on that thing, keep it
Yeah,
moisturized and
shea
pushing
butter,
up.
tighten it up.
I know that, you probably had tiny breasts when you were growing up and you probably want breast augmentation, but it's something to be said about tiny tits too.
Hmm. Hey, you can wear
I,
them
le-
shirts all year long
Britt, I
with no
legit
problem.
went to work the other
Hmm.
day, was sitting at work, was
Hmm.
there for a good solid 3 hours, just happened to touch my chest and was like, "Bitch, you ain't got no bra."
To your surprise, the blessings of small tits, as you said, little tits.
Yes. I called
Ridiculous.
mama and I said to her, I just realized that I did not have on a bra. And she just bust out laughing and said, and nobody can tell.
Nobody. That is the blessing. Because, honey, I tried for the longest before my boobs grew into their fullness to maintain being able to wear shirts with no bra. And finally, I was like, okay, Britt, time has passed. So
Hey,
that's
hey,
a blessing. That is a blessing.
yes. And I love it.
And
So come on, y'all.
yeah,
Now,
yeah. Hmm.
if you were blessed with the apple bottom, it just went for you.
Got what you got, baby. Still do your squats. You know what I'm saying? Do your squats. Dress up, get cute. It's you know.
Do it.
But I
Yes.
still say no judgment, live your life. However, I
Hmm.
prefer me some all natural all day. For me, and I'm just being super honest and transparent, I've been working on a lot of like self love and self acceptance just with me, my body, my size, and
Yes.
everything. And
Yeah.
I've never, desired to get any type of surgery or anything. It's always been like, well, we just don't have to work it out and make it, do what it do. But at a certain age, too, now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, honey, it is what it is, child. She just gonna sit where she sit. And if I don't love it, who's gonna love it? So that's just my come from, honey. It's just, hey.
I say the same thing.
Mhm,
Britt, another thing that makes my mom laugh about what I say, I'm about to say
uh-huh.
now is only time you'll catch me with some type of girdle on or something like that is I'm about to go to church.
Hmm. Come on,
I'm
church
getting
girl.
ready to go out on a date night. I
Hmm.
want at least I want to pull it all together for him.
Yeah, snatch it from my baby. All right.
But other than that, be even before getting married, I was like, this what you see. I'm not getting ready to trap you with something else.
Mm-mm,
What you
mm-mm.
see right here initially, this what you gonna get.
This is what you're gonna get, baby, when you pull them clothes off. It's gonna be the
I
same
don't want you to
thing.
think you about to get a size 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then I pull these everything I got dressed up and souped up inside of me,
Tied
and I
together.
unleash the beast. You got a size 10. No,
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
got a
But you
size
know what?
10.
You're right. You know how that thing when you turn to the side, you look one side and turn to the side. It's like, oh shit. But I think people, for us who are like the all natural, woman and haven't had any type of augmentation, I think too sometimes it's tied to the lifestyle you're in and what you're wanting to attract, because you have to ask like, why do I want to look a certain way? Why do I want to have this standard, boom, 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 like the next woman? It's like 20 of y'all with the same shape, 20 of
Yes,
y'all with the same, and it's like,
yes.
don't you want to be yourself? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's just the
Oh, that
point.
was
To me,
beautiful,
what is it
Brie.
really tied to? You know what I'm saying? What is your intention there? So
Mm-hmm.
just a
I
thought.
like that. That was beautiful.
Mhm.
I like that. I was passing by a billboard talking about Freaknik
Mm.
and how my brother said he was watching and he thinks that he saw a glimpse of himself. And I was
So,
like, what? Folks was
mhm.
wilding in Atlanta during Freaknik. I
Absolutely.
wasn't. I was a mother of 3 at that
Hmm.
time. No wilding for me. Although there were some
Hmm.
women out there, grown women with some
Hmm.
children.
Before it went like left, 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 because I watched the documentary too, and me and my cousins were talking about like how old we were at the time. Of course, we wanted nobody freaked because we were too young, but we remember being kind of bystander ish because it was happening up the street from my grandma's house. It was on the west side, so they were lining the streets down Bankhead. And then I
Mm,
also remember we were talking about how it popped up in different pockets of the city because we were living in Decatur at the time. And I remember the Candler Road where the Wayfield and little flea market used to be right there. I remember
yes.
going up there one day. I don't know how I got up there, what I was doing with my friends. And the parking lot was packed, but we were still little kids just gleaning from the side, like, oh my God, this is like so much happening. And so, anyway, to your point about the culture of Atlanta and getting back to the culture of Black people, a lot of the culture for Freaknik and other things have come from, we feel, come from other people who moved here and not just Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The judgment of what was taking place at Freaknik, because the documentary did open my eyes, like, oh, they was out here having sex on the street,
Yes.
having a good old
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
A
Said
little
to
more
me,
than
no judgment, Ma, if you was out there. And I was like, yes, yes,
yeah, because
judgment.
I asked, I said, what you at the Freaknik,
Yes.
mom? Driving down the street.
Yes, judgment. If I am a woman of 3, and one of the
Hmm.
3 was like a small baby at the time, it was
Hmm.
Kobe. One of the 3, and I'm out there with my hoochie stuff on and on top of cars, and girl, go home, raise them children. Stop
Raising
it.
children. Mm,
Right?
mm,
Cook
mm.
some cornbread and some collard green. This is not for you. So it goes back to we talked about the history of Freaknik and how it all started and how it
Mhm.
just ended up getting all out of control and everything.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
the no judgment part goes in where I started talking to you and saying it's one thing when you're young and you're experiencing that atmosphere or whatever, and you're
Mhm.
growing up and you now have gone past that, like you are a sum total of your experiences as you move forward in life, and hopefully you learn from those experiences and you don't continue to just keep on repeating them over and over
Mhm.
and over again. You grow up,
Right.
because if you
You learned the
still
lesson.
trying to,
Mhm.
yes, and it always feeds back into the conversation that really kind of prompted us to start the podcast is coming from your age, how you feel about what's happening in the culture right now, and coming from my age, mid 50s, how I feel about the culture right now. If you are not in a position where you are now at this age and you're trying to help someone younger to not make the same mistakes that you did and to make some decisions that are thoughtful about what's going to happen to you, because these will affect the rest of your life as you go through, and
Mhm.
what you want to pass along to generations.
I was just going to respond about us teaching the younger women, like you teaching women around my age and younger women too, me teaching the women that are coming behind me. It's like, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the important thing of the lessons we're learning and being transparent, which is also what this platform is about, because it helps to change these narratives that I feel like shouldn't exist in the Black community, or they exist under other pretense of things that have happened in the past. Like, we have so much power to change the narrative of our
Yes.
experiences that we're having in our culture when it comes to relationships, family dynamics, raising our children, friendships. Like, when you think about the reality shows, it's like you do have to learn the lessons. And I say no judgment, because I say, people in a space of learning. That's my
Mm-hmm.
younger person response. But I do agree with your response as well. Like, at a point now, you got to start either learning these lessons or move out the way and stop talking to younger generations so they don't become, spoiled.
Ending note. We used to always end with a funny story, so I already done told too about me being breastless.
Pressless. Girl.
I say, I say all the time, God knew not to give me no tits because I would have, the things would be
Listen,
on display at all times.
like this
It's
shirt,
cold
man.
outside. I still got cleavage show.
Real talk. Girl. Mm,
So
mm,
you got a
mm.
story or you got a special note you want to end on? I actually would like for you to talk about your other channel so people can go over there and visit you on Bloom.
Um, yeah, with that in mind, so as Miss Tab said, I am in my journey and exploration of my artistry. I've been singing, writing songs, and everything since I was 18, and I just realized, like, dang, it's been 20 years. This is a long time.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
finally taking my step and my walk into my music, and so my page is Bloom.
Hmm.
Speaking of, bodies and natural, I've decided that my message is going to be about body positivity, and speaking to things in life, talking about growth and life lessons and just keeping it real. But body positivity is going to be a big thing for me, because that has been something that I have personally been working on with myself. And I'm finally cracking open and just totally accepting, all the parts of myself and just loving on myself differently in this stage of my life. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I wish I had learned this or gotten to this space earlier on, but timing is everything. It is what it is. And I
Hmm.
think this is the best space in my life, being 38 now. Just saying, hey girl, this, yeah, and we here. You know what I'm saying? So even the different clothes I'm wearing, and, you know, just how I'm putting my outfits together, and seeing other women out there who are my size or larger, like having all this confidence and just beauty. And it's
Yes.
time out for thinking we're supposed to look a certain way. So anyway, that's what I'll end on. Just love yourself, love all of yourself, every curve, every roll, every dimple, your shade, your skin tone, your hair. Just love yourself. Just love it. You know, take care of her. Get your hair done, get your nails done, talk to her sweetly. So that's what I would end
Hmm.
on. No judgment.
Great. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Thanks
Yes,
for
ma'am.
joining us. Don't forget to
Yeah.
like, subscribe, tell
And
others
share.
about this channel.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good to see you,
Bye. Till
Mom.
next time.
Bye.